Right, we are back again. Cool. Continuing. Then we got, I hope that was clear. The cardinal signs, you got Aries, Cancer, Libra, and oh Lord. My battery's running low. Oh God. Okay, so we got the first cardinal signs, we got Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And they are action oriented, they are leaders, they are starters of the seasons. Was that clear? Cool. Number 2, we got the fixed signs, which are the stabilizers. Okay? And these are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. They are fixed signs. Their element is fixed. And we're going to look at the elements in a minute. Okay? So, the key traits of these 4 fixed signs is that they are grounded, they are consistent, and they are resistant to change as well. So they are the keepers of momentum. All right? So these 4 signs in overall, they don't like change too much. Okay? Compared to, for instance, the cardinal signs or the mutable signs, which is the next modality that we're going to talk about. Okay, so Taurus, for instance, is everybody kind of has an idea that Taurus is quite stubborn. Okay, it's quite fixed. They don't like change. And the way I would describe that best is because in my perspective, Taurus represents the ground for me. Okay, it represents the ground, which means that the ground doesn't move, does it? If it moved, it wouldn't be that good for us. It's usually not a good indicator when the ground is moving, right? So that would be the same thing for Taurus. Taurus is that one that needs that stability, okay, that reliability. Okay, right. Leo, for instance, would be, in my point of view, because since Leo is represented by the sun, Leo represents the sun. So the sun is fixed, okay? It's fixed in the sky. I know that the sun might go, the moon might come out during nighttime and sun might go out, but nonetheless, it's fixed. There is a fixed pattern. Every day the sun rises. So there is a fixed pattern, okay? This is just an example of many to describe this specific zodiac sign and the modality. And then we go Scorpio. Scorpio would be, the way I see it, it would be that it is a fixed, very fixed energy like ice, for instance, okay, or frozen water, okay, right. We can talk about Scorpio and all of them. We're going to talk about all of them in more details in the future, okay? But this is just a synopsis, so you guys can have less or more an idea, okay, of where we're going. And then you go Aquarius. Aquarius is also a fixed sign, okay, which in my perspective I see Aquarius as the star, and Aquarius also represents the star, okay, the star. So stars are kind of, when you look at the stars, it's like they are attached to the sky, right? They don't move. We always, throughout the ages and eras, we always have the same constellations, okay? That is Aquarius, that fixed pattern. All right, cool. Now let's move into, so we can agree that the fixed signs are the stabilizers, and these are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, okay? And they are grounded, consistent, resistant to change, and they are the keepers of momentum. Is that making sense? I hope that was straightforward. Let's move to the third modality, which is the mutable signs, okay? The mutable signs are the adapters of the zodiac wheel, and those are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, okay? So these 4 signs, they are flexible, curious, transitional, ready for change. So they can adapt to different situations and different circumstances, okay, in different ways, but they are very adaptable. They're not scared of change. In fact, they seek change, Okay, they seek change. They seek that freedom of being able to choose and pick and change whenever it fits them. Okay, cool. All right, so Gemini, for instance, an example, is a mutable sign because it represents the mind, and the mind can change at any given moment. All right. But the other way I would also describe is, for instance, let's put it into, let's say if you are, when you are cooking, all right, and there is that breeze, that smell of food, of tasty food, right, and then that breeze comes in through the window, right, and then let's say there is a fire nearby, okay, and there is smoke. That smell of smoke, that smoke smell, now comes by through the wind, right? It comes by, so now that smell takes over the food, the tasty food smell. Okay, that is also Gemini. That represents Gemini. That transition, and that sudden change. Okay, that is also, that's how I characterize Gemini as well. In other words, not only the mind that changes, but because it's we're gonna talk about it when we talk about the element. Gemini is air element. It's an air sign, so it makes sense to kind of connect the breeze, the smell, and the change of it. How it changed so quick. All right, cool. Then we got the Virgo energy. Virgo represents mutable earth. We're going to talk about the elements soon. Okay, I've already started it, but basically, unlike Taurus that is fixed earth, Virgo is mutable earth, meaning that the way I equate Taurus, it would be to I will match it to an earthquake, for instance, an earthquake, okay, which is when the earth is moving. Okay, that's how I would see Virgo energy. All right, because Virgo is also earth energy, so their actions change. Their actions change. Is that making sense? Right. I'm gonna go into more details in the future, okay? And then you got Sagittarius. Let me just be quick before the time is almost time. So you got Sagittarius energy, which is mutable fire, and fire, you already know that the flame always changes. It's always constant, in constant movement, okay? So that's what it is. And flame is also something that is unpredictable. You need to be careful when it comes to lighting fire or lighting a candle, because guess what, from one moment to the other, that fire can, lit the whole place. Okay, is that making sense? If you're not careful. And then you go mutable water, which is Pisces. Pisces is a mutable sign, right? And water, mutable water. The way I like to equate Pisces is that Pisces is the sea, or is usually represented by the sea, but also Pisces is like you putting a container of water, right? And you grab some painting and you put different colors there. So one time in one container you put blue color, the other one you put green one, and so on and so forth. And Pisces is that adaptability. It will change according to the color that you've put there. Is that making sense? Great. Cool. I'm going to leave it here, and then we're going to jump into the elements, okay? Thank you very much. See you soon.